felt like the women were not all actually into women. Again, maybe these women just really weren't interested in me. And
I'm exhausted and defeated, and I need a break. Oh my God, am I not going to get this break?
Flirting, and the line is gender neutral.
But I don't want my husband to just work and pay bills so that I can enjoy, as if he doesn't deserve to enjoy.
Things I don't do for my husband because I'm his wife, not his mom.
I deleted all of my dating apps. And usually when I say I deleted my dating apps, I delete all of them except for one, because it can be hard to get accepted onto there. So it feels like they're accepting just like anybody at this point anyway. I'm sorry if that offends people who have not been accepted yet. But originally I just wanted to be on it because I thought it would be better. Like, are there more attractive people on there? Sure. It's also $25 a month. You get shown like a handful of people, and then you have to wait a couple hours, and then more people, a couple hours, more people. But they also show you people that don't live in this country, which I understand. It is supposed to be like a networking thing and people do travel, but I do feel like that's a feature you should be able to turn off. Maybe there is a way and I just didn't see it. But it is just like all the other dating apps. If you match with anybody, the conversation either doesn't happen at all or it goes nowhere. I think I had it for over a year and I only ended up going out with like one person. And I'm also guilty of the not responding, getting caught up and just like forgetting about it, or just like not having the energy or wanting to say anything. Another problem I had with it is that it would show you repeat people like all the time. And I know that I didn't run out of people who have it. So either I already said, no, I'm not interested, or the other person said, no, they're not interested in me, but then they show them again. And if I'm paying $25 to be on this app, I don't want to see repeats. Now, I had it set up for both men and women, and I felt like the women were not all actually into women. I could be wrong, but it felt a little queer baity. Or again, maybe these women just really weren't interested in me. I am femme presenting, and I do typically lean towards femme presenting women, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think it's worth it. And I felt like I was just on it for more like vanity reasons or validation. But I don't need validation. If I don't meet anyone out in the wild, so be it. But I'd rather take my chances.
I know a lot of guys feel they have no hope. I mean, seeing this. Now, I look at it as if I was still dating. Every time I look at one of them talk, or say if I was on a dating app, right? Now, why are you talking to women as well? I'm sorry. I'm not one of those guys that are into super freaky things like that. Like, I don't want a woman that deals with women. That's just me. I want my lady to be all about me, but looking at these women nowadays, they're confused. How do I know I'm going to be in a good relationship with you? I mean, you don't even know if you want to be, oh, maybe friend presenting. I think I'm this, I think I'm that. You're not sure of yourself with anything you do. Probably with the job you're working at. Oh, I don't know if I want to be at this job any longer, and I think I'm tired of it. Listen, men see things simple and plain. We do. We can't help it. We think that way. And it's helped us all through our life. I got through 43 years of my life thinking simple and plain. So I'm looking at it for myself, even though I'm married. Why would I take you into consideration?
Why is it okay for women to say that they want to date millionaires, but if men say they want to date size 2s, they're considered shallow or misogynistic? And if you're mad that I'm asking this question, I definitely want you to answer it.
A lot of things have got out of hand, that's why. And who knows? I think things are still decent. You could still find someone. It's just getting hard. There's so many watching bad content. That's what it is. You would be surprised how many people watch content out there on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. And a lot are searching for things. They have itching ears and they're searching for content that satisfies those itching ears. and it's not good. That guy in the last that was the guy proposed to her was about to have a husband. He's about to have a husband. She was about to have a husband. And then she watches some content on TikTok or somewhere else that's misleading. And her man is not in that tax bracket. He's thinking logically. He said it. Why would I open up a new credit card to do this stuff? Oh, I expect you to do whatever. No.
I'm exhausted and defeated, and I need a break. And thinking about, like, oh my God, am I not going to get this break? Oh, what do I do? I'm drained. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm just tired. We go a little bit more into the bureaucracy, and the paperwork and how difficult it is to get a divorce. And I guess they do it to deter you from actually getting a divorce, and maybe it's easier to work things out. At the end of the day, we're animals. Are animals with each other for the rest of their lives? Like, is there like one lion and another lion, and they mate and they are a family for the rest of their lives? Or does the lion go, and they have different partners? I think I've heard that only penguins are monogamous. So it just makes me think, like, it shouldn't be so freaking difficult to get a divorce. It really shouldn't. I think it goes against our nature. Maybe we are supposed to be with a lot of people. This one person for the rest of your life is something that we really need to, like, cut out. What do you think? I wanted to share another thing, like something that I do. I have these, like, internal fantasies, or, like,
I wonder why they left.
how do you explain them? Like when you invent stories in your mind, like the anxiety. And today, H is going back to Mexico. He's leaving Miami, and I started fantasizing, having this crazy story that he's going to decide to come here to help me. And I had to stop myself in the middle and say, Melanie, stop it. Stop. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Don't even go there. Because then what happens, and this is one of the faults in my relationship, is those fantasies, I start feeling those feelings and I bring them into, like, real life.
Do this the next time someone asks, what do you like to do? If you're attracted to the person that's asking the hobbies question and you want to show you're attracted to them without directly saying you are, I want you to say this. We're doing it right now. I like talking to strangers and watching them talk. You can make that as intense or as casual as you want. Use whichever, depending on the vibe. It should make them a little nervous and a lot more conscious of how they're speaking. Because you just admitted you're paying attention. Hella flirty, and the line is gender neutral. You can even add, yeah, I like taking people in, just to give them a rule of thumb. If they aren't engaging in the conversation and, like, throwing the tennis ball right back at you, they are interested in the conversation. If they want to keep in contact after the interaction, odds are they're interested in you, hence being pursued. Make men nervous, ladies.
Yeah, that will work, because you say, I'm interested in you, or something of that sort. A man's going to think you want to smash. And that probably is a good way, right, to get a man in. I'm being truthful. That's a way to get a man interested in you. He's going to follow you and be hung on every breaking word you say. That would help you be more desirable to a man. And a lot of women need help being desirable to a man. You see a bunch of ladies on TikTok saying, I never had a boyfriend. I see it all the time. I never had a boyfriend. Maybe you should take her advice.
I may get canceled for this, but I don't want my husband to just work and pay bills. I don't want him to not have a hobby. I don't want him to not have healthy mental health. I don't want him to not have savings. I don't want him to work and slave all day, every day to take care of my bills, our bills, and me just sit there and not contribute anything.
That's good. She's a winner. And they're out there, as I said. You just got to find them. It's hard, but you can find them. Here and there, they're there. Being like that, right? A rich man could go further, right? She's ready. From what she said, you want to help. Okay. How about you help me? That's how I'm thinking. How about you help? How about you contribute to what I'm doing? You can do this. You're in charge of telling these people to do, right? Because a rich man's going to have a plan. And he's going to help you make your own money, because you making more money is helping him make more money, because he's going to put you in a position to do something for them. And that's good. It's good that you like that. You're ready and willing. And a guy, he may not be rich though. That's the thing. I got a warning. A rich man is not going to come to you for making a TikTok video. So be warned about that. It may be a guy with possibility, but they don't like to give those men a chance.
This is coming from a young lady who has never been married. I don't have any kids. I have a dog. I'm fully educated, pay my own bills right now, and it is difficult. I have a great career, and it is difficult. So when I think of getting married and building with someone or coming together and bringing our assets together, I could never lay in my bed knowing that my husband has no life and no freedom and maybe no peace because all he does is work and pay bills so that I can enjoy, as if he doesn't deserve to enjoy. I truly want a partnership. I want to contribute. And I'm not talking about if this man was a billionaire, trillionaire, and we just got money flowing everywhere. But what's the likelihood of that? I just can't fathom. And there are some women who can fathom. They don't think about their men, their mental health. I think about my own mental health with stuff I be going through right now. Bills, mortgage, no. Your dog gets sick, you get sick. You gotta go out, you gotta be out for work for a week now because blah blah blah. I just I want a healthy partnership. I want my significant other to know my wife got me. I want him to not be afraid to come home if he gets laid off, if something happens at work, if he becomes sick and has to take off work for a little bit. I want him to know my wife got us. We got savings because my wife been working. My wife contributes. It's not just on me. I think we really need to think about how that feels for someone when everything is on them. All the taking care of the kids and their bills and what it costs to feed and uh, clothe and get them into these different schools and activities. You have a wife, you have a house, there's cars, there's vacation potentially, there's 401k, there's healthcare, there's a bunch of things that I'm probably not even naming off. And then your world falls apart. And now who is going to help out with that? Some of the videos that I see on social media is just disappointing because it goes to show how men are really not thought of. Their mental health isn't cared about, their peace isn't cared about, their interests aren't cared about. And as somebody who had a father who took care of us, and my mom didn't have to want for nothing, she still decided to work. And she was a stay-at-home mom. We had a nanny, all those things. And
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it short right there. It depends. She has morals. You see where she got them from. She grew up seeing what she wants to do herself. She saw her mother and her father working together, doing things together. If they had a nanny, her father was probably most likely in that position, and her mother played the position she wants to play. Great thing, great morals. I understand a lot of ladies that are growing up and watching content don't have that. And a lot of times you're going to do what you see in your life, what's displayed at home. I grew up like that as well. I think that's why I'm married now. I grew up with a father, with my mother. I saw certain things. So I carried out my life. That's true. A lot of women say that. I've saw women say before, Yeah, I don't want to get with a man that doesn't have a father. And it's true because he's going to have a different set of morals and he's going to carry things in life a certain way. But I don't say make that your all because a lot of men fight through it every day and they become outstanding gentlemen. So give a lot of guys deserve a shot.
Women, the one thing we cannot do for ourselves is have a masculine, safe home to land in. And that's one way that a man can provide, sure. But a lot of women make their own money now. So it's like, well, we don't really need your money. It's nice. It's a nice to have, but I can make my own as well. But what I do need is for you to provide me emotional safety. What I do need is to feel your devotion. And like, that is providership. Like, to me, as the modern independent woman who makes my own money, that's how my man can provide for me. I don't feel a strong use for a relationship in my life. But because he can, I have a home in him.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And that's all fine and dandy. But what men see, they see problems everywhere, right? And so most men expect those problems everywhere. Now, you said it on a podcast, but if you're saying that to the person you're dealing with, you should tell them that. See, a lot of ladies, they expect every man to automatically know what they need, right? Not every man is raised up that way. Not every man is built like that. Men feel trouble. They don't see being a provider for a woman as a good thing because of all the nonsense you see in social media. That's all you see every day. Another video of a woman saying, I want somebody to be a provider. If not financially, then how you're saying it. But we need to see more ladies getting with men and showing them, saying it to them. Like how the woman in the past video said, she's willing to say and show. You got to be willing to do the same.
Things I don't do for my husband because I'm his wife, not his mom.
I wasn't shocked at the audacity.
Number one, I don't do his laundry. I used to do his laundry. We've been married for 6 years. I used to do his laundry. And in like the first year of marriage, he would get frustrated if I like didn't get to the laundry that week. I've got enough clothes, but he didn't. He'd get frustrated. And I was like, no, I'm not your mom. Do your own laundry. Like, my older son does his own laundry.
That attitude is wrong. I got to say that before she even talks anymore. What do you mean do your own laundry? Now, seriously, I don't know what he does in his life. Not every man lives like me. But I see it like this. I don't want to do my laundry. I don't want my wife to do my laundry because I want to pay someone to do the laundry. Now, it's not the same. I'm over in the Philippines. Things are much cheaper. It would be a waste of time for us to do laundry. But my wife does laundry now. She does. I'm going to change that, but she does. She doesn't mind. I don't do laundry at all, but I don't mind washing a dish or two. This is the thing. Because she says she want to pick up his dishes, right? If you're not working, I need to hear more, because if you're working or if you're not working and you're saying that, you're dead wrong. I want to hear. Let's see what she says.
My husband now does his own laundry. I do my laundry and the little one's laundry. I won't do your laundry. Now, if I need some extra clothes to throw in a load, I'll throw his in there with mine. I'm not a total bitch about it, but I don't do his laundry on a weekly basis anymore. Number two, on that same note, I do not follow behind him and clean up after him. His nightstand has cups and stuff on it. That's his responsibility to get it to the sink. My mom used to allow her husband to just leave all of his dishes throughout the day all over the house, and then one of us would have to clean up after him and do the dishes. And no, I refuse. You're a big boy. Put your dishes in the sink, in the dishwasher, get them clean.
Run.
I'm not doing it. Number three, I do not clean his sink. We have separate bathroom sinks. I won't clean his. I'm not saying that mine is the cleanest in the world. Mine can get gross, but I won't clean his. Again, I'm not your mother. I am your wife. I'm not your mom. You are a big boy. You are an adult. You can clean up after yourself. And he knows this. He knows all these things. That's fine. Like, he's a big boy. He can clean up after himself. I'm not going to do it. I'll clean my sink. I'm not going to clean his sink. Even if it gets to the point where it's grossing me out, I will not clean it, because I just don't feel like it's respectful to be like, here, clean up after my mess and clean up after my spit and all my nastiness. Like, no, no thanks, it's not gonna do it. And I'm sure comments are gonna be like, oh my gosh, but you're his wife, you should be doing those things, you should be taking care of him. No, we both work full-time jobs. Not only do we work full-time jobs, we work for the same freaking company, but I work from home, and that's not easier. I have 2 toddlers that I'm raising at home, so I'm being a stay-at-home mom and I work full-time. I don't have time to take on extra responsibility for a grown man. You can think I'm a bad wife.
Couldn't agree more.
But it works for us and it causes a whole lot less fights.
Yeah. So she does work as well, and I kind of understand when you bring that into play and bring that up. I kind of understand, but at the same time, that's not something you should push on the internet, right? Because people take that the wrong way. Now I know what they're gonna say. Hey, look, you can't expect a female to do that. My wife doesn't do that now, right? But it's a situation to where she can clean up after me. I clean up after her as well. I wash dishes. I don't mind cooking. Now, if she's not a man like that, I understand. But announcing it on social media is sloppy. Seriously, I'm looking at it going like,
narcissistic attention seeker.
just work on it at home. Like, what does need to be said? Why does other women need to hear that? They don't. But at the same time, I kind of understand and feel where you're coming from, because from what you said, let him know that. Don't let the world let him know, but the way you're handling it, I'm still on the fence about it. But yeah, guys, that's the way it is nowadays. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you next video.